good evening, good evening. Welcome to Let's Talk, a conversation with Unc. How is everybody doing? Thank y'all for coming through. Millie Legit, what's up, bruh? How you doing this evening? It's good to see you. Hope you had a wonderful day and continue to have a wonderful evening. How's everything going? Oh, thank you for sharing me out more eats. How y'all doing? Yeah, just in case you saw my community tab, but you didn't see it, I almost didn't show up tonight. I had decided I wasn't going to come on because I was working on some videos because I've decided to. Hey, I'm doing great, bruh. Uh, yeah, because I was sending out my morning motivations individually on Instagram, and so I decided I would try something different. Hey, more eats. Thank you for coming through, sweetie. And so I was like, okay, what can I do? So I've decided to do it video style and to just post it on YouTube, post it on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and see how that goes. I enjoy doing the individual ones, but it's kind of time consuming, because this thing grew faster and bigger than I thought. So, if this doesn't work, then I'll try something else. What I eventually want to do is probably get people's email addresses, and if they're interested in getting it that way, then I'll send it that way. Hey, Christian, how you doing? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were still here. How you doing, Christian? Thank you for coming through. So, like I said, it's a work in progress. Just trying to get things situated, get myself together here, trying to figure out ways to get more traffic. That's the thing right there. Is getting more traffic. Get more people to come in and hang out with me, and things of that nature. Okay, that's what it's all about. Thank you for sharing me out, Aunt Maddie. The goal is to try to get people in. Well, hey, Jess. Well. I got to do it. What's up? Taylor's fine smoke cooking. What's up, bruh? How you been? It's good to see you. What's going on, Jess? Lily? Hey, Lily. Uh-oh. Really? The bushes again? That's fine, Lily. How you doing, hon? And once again, thank y'all for coming through. Like I was saying, I almost didn't make it. So Auntie said, well, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm working on some videos. Wait, you can do that on another day. It's like, you know what? I don't feel like getting fussed at. I really don't. So, thank you, Jess. So I'm just gonna go on and come on like I'm supposed to. So that. And then Jess sent a little thing. She was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna miss." Oh. And I just couldn't. I just couldn't have that on my conscience that people were actually waiting for me and that I was letting them down. So here I am, y'all. I thank you all for your support. Thank y'all for coming in and hanging out with me. It is greatly appreciated. Trust me when I tell you, I really do appreciate it. Wanted to turn the camera on, but I didn't shave. I didn't feel like actually, and I'm sitting at, I got a little workstation. Maybe I'll take some pictures of my little workstation and post them. Oh, thank you, Jess. Yeah, I take some pictures of my little workstation. I didn't feel like lugging, you know, my stuff out there. Although it's not a lot, it's a laptop, a phone, a mouse, a microphone. I just didn't feel like taking it. And then I had to take my chair out there because, actually I probably didn't have to take the chair because we got some chairs out there since we no longer have a house full of people anymore. Whew. That was fun. Our niece came from out of town, and her son, and then the two of my grandkids were here, and it's just Auntie and I are have gotten used to just quietness. Not that we don't enjoy company, but when you get used to things a certain way, it's like, hey, okay, you know what? It's just a bit much. So we went riding the other day, just left everybody in here. Auntie was like, I don't want to go home yet. I don't know where we gonna go. I don't know. So we just end up just riding. Rode to a couple of stores, picked up some stuff. Because once you like I said, now see those of you who have little kids in the house and stuff like that, y'all don't understand this. Yes? Mm-mm. Wait a minute. Hold on for 1 second, y'all. I'll be right back. Don't try to leave. Got to tip. No, I'll be right back. I'm back. Yeah, but forgot. Oh yeah, they have kids in the house, and stuff like that. Y'all don't understand that yet. Y'all, when y'all get to the stage where Auntie and I are, where the kids are grown and the grandkids, they are self sufficient, and when they do come over, we don't necessarily have to babysit. We can leave. They're old enough where they can be left in here by themselves. We make sure they got something to drink, something to eat. There's toilet paper, and that's it. We gone. Okay, Middle Legit. Hope you got some extras. It's nothing like being able to get up in the middle of the night and just say, "Hey, we out." But since this pandemic has struck, it's kind of hard to because usually we would get if we get up and go somewhere in the middle of the night, it would probably be the casino, and that's been a little shaky. Although we've been to this casino a couple of times, but it's I don't know. To me, it's just not the same. You have a reasonable crowd, but when you're used to going places and the hustle and bustle, and it just seems like it's more exciting. When you get more people. So I don't know, y'all. This thing, some people say it's not. I just know something is going on, and something other than the norm. So they can say what they want, believe what they like. That's cool. I'm cool with that. Whatever. My thing, I know something is going on. Something ain't right, and people don't usually die like this. People ain't usually getting sick like this. So, but I will leave that subject for the pundits and the folks that like to talk politics. That's one thing I would not. I try to stay away from, especially on YouTube. is politics, because they say politics and religion is what will brings something out in people. And because it's like, if you don't believe what I believe, or if you don't think like I think, or if you don't agree with what I say, then you know it's a problem. Why how come people can't agree to disagree and respect somebody's opinion? You know, I may not like your opinion, I may not agree with your opinion, but the least I can do is respect your opinion, and then that will keep the foolishness, kind of beneath the surface. But there are some people who they just gung ho. It's my way or the highway. You're gonna believe what I'm right. My what I'm saying is right. No, it's an opinion. Now if you look outside at the sky and you see that it's blue, that is a fact. It's an indisputable fact, because if we're both standing looking at the sky, it's blue. That is a fact. Now, if you're in the house and you can't see outside, and you're like, well, I think the sky might be blue, and the other person, well, I think it may be gray. Well, now you're both expressing opinions. And so now you're going to argue about, is it blue, is it gray? How about you just open the blinds? But there are some things that are just not that simple, and I understand that. But everything, if you can interpret, everybody has a different interpretation of something. For some people, 3 plus 2 is the only way to get to 5. Well, how about 4 plus 1? Or how about you twist it around and 2 plus 3, or 1 plus 4, or 5 plus 0, 0 plus 5? I mean, however you get to 5 is how you get to 5. Now, you're going to sit and argue about which one is the best? No, it's whatever works for you. However, in this day and time, and the way things are now, everybody's looking for the edge. They're looking for that edge, the thing that will put them over the top, that will make them right. Matters not whether what they're saying is true. I'm right. I don't care what you say. I'm right. This is the way it is. Cool. People like that, I just let them be, because it's obvious that your mind, neither your mind or your eyes or your ears are open. You've already dug in and said, this is how. Yeah, bullheaded is precisely it, Taylor. They just decided they just gonna dig in, and that's it. And I don't care what you say. This is what I think. This is what I feel. This is this is the way I want it to be. Cool, fine. That's fine with me. I truly believe that you have to have an open mind. It is imperative. That you have an open mind. And if you think about it, it would really make life that much easier. But of course, people don't want to see it that way, because it goes against whatever it is their thought process is. There's just no way that they're going to agree with what you're saying. And that's cool. That is really cool. So what's going on out there in the world for y'all? Let me know. Oh yeah, I got a drone a while back as a gift, and I decided yesterday that I was going to fly it. And instead of doing the logical thing, which would have been to go outside because I was out back. The logical thing, hey, Rachel's place. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. Please make sure you hit the thumbs up. Because we live on the second floor, so I go out on the balcony and I'm like, okay, Auntie's like, well, what you doing? I said, I'm going to fly the drone. She said, well, why don't you go out back? Go downstairs and walk around. And I'm like, nah, I'm gonna fly it off the balcony. She just looked at me like, okay. So of course, she pulls out her phone and she's recording it. And at first, it was doing good. I was managing it. It's not a big drone, it's a little small thing. So I'm like, okay, I can do this. I had the little control through my phone. It has a camera on it. Well, y'all know about these drones. So I'm just flying it and heading for the bushes. I managed to avoid the bushes. I said, well, maybe I should just go in and guide it back onto the balcony. Well, for some reason, I don't know what happened, but next thing I knew, it hit the little light on the window and came crashing down. So I came in the house and I'm about to go downstairs and get it. My granddaughter comes out. She's like, Granddad, did you see the drone? Did you see the drone? She said, it scared me because at first, because she was laying back here on my bed. And so my window, I didn't realize I had flown that far over. So it was like looking at, she said she thought somebody was peeping in the window at her. I never told her it was me. She probably figured it out because she's smart like that. So I go downstairs and I get it. And the battery has popped out and one of the propellers had come off. And I'm like, So I found the battery, but I remembered having some extra propellers in the box. So maybe tomorrow I'll try it again. But this time I'll go outside and do it the way I probably should have done it. But y'all know how us men are, we a little stubborn, bullheaded. We just gonna do it our way. I mean, Auntie was like, go out. I had to be all extra. But it was fun, and she's like, well, maybe you should get another one. No, I'm not ready for a bigger one yet. Although I've been watching some of the videos, and they have the drone footage, and I think that is so freaking cool. So once I learn how to fly this drone, maybe I'll graduate to a bigger one, and I can learn how to, film, record stuff as it's flying and do what they do with the bigger drones. Create some very interesting content. That'll be cool. So yeah, watch out for that, y'all. The Adventures of Unc and the Drone. I'll tear the drone up before it becomes fruition, probably. Let's see what else is going on. La 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 la. I think I don't know. What's going on with y'all? Everybody's mighty quiet. Are y'all really busy? Or y'all just not paying no attention? Or I know Leedy's in the bushes. It's dangerous in the bushes, Lily. I'm trying to tell you. You better be careful. You never know what's lurking in the bushes. Uh-oh. I didn't mean to turn it up so loud. Yikes. Sorry about that, folks. Hope that didn't blow nobody's eardrums out or scare anybody. Hey, Mr. Terrell. How you doing? Thank you for coming through. Hey, Positive Pusher. Yeah, Lily, that was a little adventure, but that's all right. I'm gonna get it together. If I had just listened to Auntie in the first place, I probably might have, it may have come out a little better. But like I said, I'm just hard headed. How's it going, Positive Pusher? I really appreciate you having me check my pulse every morning. I find myself, listening every morning. I'm like, hey, this is cool. Whatever, Lily. Because I figured I had it down pat. I've flown it a couple of times. Okay. Granted, it was inside the house I was flying it. So I guess I really didn't have as much space. So I figured, hey, if I got more space, then, I'll be able to, make it work. But I'm gonna try it again. Maybe I'll try it again tomorrow and see what happens. Because I'm going to get it. I've decided. I had the whole summer to do that, but I don't know what happened. It seemed like every time I wanted to do it, the kids were here. And I don't want them messing with my drone. I don't. There's some things I don't like sharing, my drone and my Pop Tarts. So, although I did share my Pop Tarts with my granddaughters the other day, I think one of them about fainted because she couldn't believe that I was serious. I was like, "Yeah, go ahead and get your pack and go ahead." She was like, "For real, granddad?" Hey, yeah. Yeah, I think she probably she thought something was wrong with me. Now it won't go. No, it won't go. Nah, because actually, I'm gonna go like right out back where it's a little more space. I won't be trying to fly through the woods. That's for sure. Dang. Yeah, I live nowhere near the airport, so I don't. That's not the problem. The problem is trying to keep it from running into the building. But I'm going to get it down pat so I can figure out how to maneuver it. Well, I probably won't be able to maneuver it through the woods. Maybe I can go above the woods. I don't know. Yeah, but I right now I got to keep it close because I know if it gets too far, I'll never see it again. So I'm gonna make sure that I learn how to fly the doggone thing, so that I don't have to worry about it crashing. I can't imagine somebody buying a one of those big Yeah, well, see, those people, they probably at some point have probably lost one in the ocean. More eats. Yes, Mr. Real. I've been watching a few videos and I've been watching the footage of these drones, and I'm like, man, this is just it is awesome. It's very fascinating, but I'm quite sure that the people that are using these drones that's flying over the ocean and all through the mountains and over top of the trees, I am quite sure that they have crashed a couple, lost a couple. No, I just can't imagine somebody spending because I've seen drones for as much as like over $1,000, and I can't imagine, buying one of those things and not knowing how to fly it. Because if you spend over $1,000 for a drone and you don't know what you're doing, You just have $1,000 to throw away because I figured you learn how to use it with the little small, with the less expensive ones, and get a feel for what you're doing, and then you venture out with the big dogs, as they say. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to learn how to fly this little drone, and maybe I'll get a chance to get some footage off of there. I just got to figure out how to do it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to learn how to operate it. And the thing about me is sometimes I have a problem with reading the directions. It's like, okay, you're sitting there, you're reading them, you're like, okay, this is how you do it, and then you try to do it, and it just don't. So I just sometimes you have to learn just by doing it. Or if you're like my oldest son, my son, he could we'll buy something to put together. Hey, Cassandra, how are you? Thank you for coming through. Yeah, I know that, Maurice, but it's the same thing with like when I was learning as I'm trying to learn how to edit. I'll sit and I'll be watching the video and they'll be like, do this, and I'll be trying to follow along with it. And next thing you know, I'm like, I get frustrated. So what I do now is I just, I watch the video and then, I'll walk away from it for a little while and then I'll come back and try it and see what I can come up with. But yeah, that's something else to do. Yeah, thank y'all for coming through. Shout out to the 11 people in the room. I appreciate y'all. I really do. Hope everybody is having a wonderful, wonderful evening. Anybody cooking? I don't know why I'm asking because it ain't like I'm coming to get nothing to eat. I think I'm just being nosy now. Yeah, I don't even know why I asked about cooking because I'm definitely not a mukbanger. Now I sit and I watch some of these videos and I'm like, how in the world? I'm trying to practice not cussing. Aunt Maddie's in the room somewhere. Actually, Lily, Auntie's she's working on some stuff. Catfish, nah. I mean, I'll catch a catfish. Panda Express, really, Lily? Well, we don't like Panda Express, so you lucky. But like I said, I watched these mukbangers, and I mean, they be getting it in. I'm like, how can you eat all this food? And I mean, it's like, I truly do not understand it. I guess I guess there was a time when I could have been a mukbanger if that was a thing when I was like 12. I mean, because I used to eat like I don't know. It's like I just never got full. Mississippi, the sip. Okay. All right, the sip. My parents, they get off work and it's like Friday night was bowling night. Okay, Mr. Rail, thank you. Friday night was bowling night. So they would get off work, pick us up from school. We get home, change clothes, off to the bowling to the bowling alley we went. Not yet, Lily. I'm trying to come up with some ideas for it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's me. I'd rather talk than eat. I mean, I just ain't. But we would go to the bowling. We stop at McDonald's, and I would get two Big Macs, a large fry, and a large soda. Now it would take us let's see, from McDonald's to the bowling alley, I would say it would have been about maybe 20 minutes. Well, all I would have left by the time we got there was maybe a couple of fries and some soda. I mean, I would devour it. I mean, it was nothing to it. I'm like, and would still be hungry. So, like, my little brother, he had some of his food left. I'd eat his too, and I'm like, this is cool, and but then I was, more active. If I sat and ate that now, I probably would just be sitting somewhere slumped over, But I watch people do it, and it's amazing to me, to sit and to see how these people they just and some of them are just so natural with it. They just mm-mm. Nah, partner. And then the spicy stuff, that chip, that what is it, the Pocky chip or whatever the heck that is. That see that has it made its rounds the first when I first started really getting into YouTube and watching YouTube. It was making its rounds. Now it's starting to come back here and there. I, for the life of me, cannot understand if you can sit and watch, somebody eat the thing and almost like I watched this guy. He almost like he was about to die. I mean, it like he was really about to have some serious medical issues. And I'm sitting and I'm watching. I'm like, there's no way anybody's going to eat this chip after seeing this. Man, was I ever wrong? I mean, and they sitting there and I guess you get to a point where you're eating it and you can see in their eyes that their mind is saying, why did I do this? Well, see, that's the question that they probably should have asked before they took the first bite. And see, they would take the first bite and, it was like, okay, this thing, it's not so bad. It's okay. I can handle this. Not a problem. But then when the heat kicked in, they turned into a completely different person. I'm sitting there, I'm like, you have got to be one of the y'all. I don't know. I don't know if you crazy or you brave or I don't know what it is. But some people can eat hot things, and I get that. My thing is the people that know they should not be eating it, that they just can't handle it. But either peer pressure or that 15 minutes of fame, and there they go. My brother used to tell me all the time, if you cannot hang with the big dogs, stay your butt on the porch. So that's where my butt always is when it comes to that thing. On the porch. I'll sit and watch y'all fools do it. Y'all go right ahead. And when I say fools, I don't mean it in a derogatory way. Y'all is crazy. That's just the only way I can put it. Y'all is crazy. The 2 times spicy. Like my grandson, he likes spicy stuff. I go to the store, he'll eat the Takis and he'll eat the hot Fritos and the Cheetos and they got some new spicy Roman noodles out here. Eat those and I don't know. Ramen noodles, not Roman. I don't get it. But I guess it's just not for me to get. There are things that go on that we just ain't meant to understand, and that is definitely one of them. Mm-mm. My father, he used to eat spicy stuff. He would go to the store. It was before it was Subway. There was Blimpies, and he would go to Blimpies and get himself a sub, and he was not supposed to have anything spicy. However, since he would go there by himself and there was nobody there to check him, he'd get jalapenos. He'd sit there and he'd eat his little sandwich, but he would do it before he got home because he knew my mother was going to fuss. And he would eat his little jalapeno peppers, his sandwich or whatever, and then next, whatever adverse effect it caused, every now and then it would flare up. But one thing about my dad is he never complained. I mean, I don't care how much pain he would be in. Yes, blimpies. I don't care how much pain he would be in. He never complained. Yeah, I remember as a kid, he because he was he was a maintenance man. They called him engineers back in the day. Hey, Bugs Light, how are you? They called them engineers back in the day. And so, he went to fix something and there was water on the floor. And wherever the water was, there was something in there that caused him to get electrocuted. This happened on I think it may have been a Wednesday or Thursday. They sent him home. Actually, he had to go to the hospital and all that stuff. And I remember him saying he was going to work the next day. They actually had to make him, stay home. My dad, he just, that was his thing. He always told me, he said, if you can walk, you can work. There was just no two ways about it. And I can't begin to count how many times I tried to come up with an excuse for not going to school. I have a headache, or I have a stomach ache, or whatever. He's like, "Oh, you'll be all right. You'll be good for the rest. You'll be good. Don't worry about it. Just keep moving around, and you'll be all right." Nothing worked. And when I say nothing worked, absolutely nothing worked. I remember one morning we was on the way to school, and I said my stomach hurt real bad. My stomach hurt. So I'm trying to figure out a way. I don't want to go to school. I ain't had nothing else to do because I knew that if I was sick, if I said I was sick and didn't want to go to school, I couldn't go outside. But I just didn't want to go. So my stomach was allegedly hurting. And I'm like, I got to throw up, Daddy. I got to throw up. So he pulls over, tells me to open the door, stick my head out the door. I'm over here dry heaving like crazy. I'm trying to make something come out because I figure if something comes out, then I can, maybe he'll turn around and take me back home. He gets out the car and he's looking. And I look at him and he's just looking at me like, okay, when is something going to come up? He said, "You're all right." He said, "Just close the door. You'll be okay." He gave me a nap. He had a handkerchief. He gave me his handkerchief, told me to wipe my mouth. From that point on, I was like, you know what? Just forget it. I will never try. Because with my mother, it'd have been a little different. She was a little softer. But my dad, there's no excuse for you not to go to school. There was no excuse for you not to go to work. If you can walk, you can work. That was just it. He even fell off the roof, broke his arm. And off to work he went because if you can walk, you can work. I was like, man, he had the gout. It would flare up. But somehow or another, he'd go get up and go to work. And I'm like, man, but that's where I learned that from. If you can walk, you can work. That was one of the things that I learned from my dad was work ethic. There's no excuse. Like now, my kids, they work. They work. They go to work. Like my youngest son, we had to almost make him take a couple of days off because his cutie Chewie wanted him to ride with her to Georgia. And it almost took the act of Congress, to get him to not go to work. You know, my oldest son, they work. They just go cutie chewy. They work, and I guess that comes from them seeing me. I would get up every morning and go to work. You know, I think I took a vacation maybe once or twice, which now looking back, I wish I had done it a little different, but that was just my mentality. And I remember the first time I took a vacation was because they told me I would use my vacation. You know, that stuff where you use or lose at the end of the year. And I'm like, you know, because I was going to be like, okay, fine, whatever. But then I was talking to some people and they say, you know what? If you don't use that time, the company keeps it. That's, you know, why are you going to give them money back? So I took I took about a week or so off. That was fun though. You know, I really enjoyed it. Didn't go anywhere because it was, you know, it was too cold because I didn't have sense enough to know that maybe I should have taken it earlier in the year when the weather was nice and we could have gone somewhere. But it was just nice to be home and chill. You know, sort of like now. You know, like I said, with the pandemic, if you haven't learned or if you haven't developed a side hustle, then you've probably wasted a whole lot of time during this pandemic. You know, because there are other ways to, you know, because we all have a talent, a gift, something that would enable us to make some extra money or learn a different skill. We had that policy too. Use it or lose it. Yeah. Yeah, it's positive. You better use it because you know, I learned I ain't giving them back no money. That's my money. I worked for it. I earned it. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure I get mine. You know, but yeah, you know, I can say that you know my kids they are they're funny. See, here I go rambling. I have no idea. See, that's the one thing about this. I have to learn how to stay focused. Because I went and read Positive Push's message and I done got all sidetracked. But that's cool. That's this is what happens when you get a little older. So to all y'all young folks, you live long enough, it'll happen. My mother used to tell me that all the time. She would call me, she'd call my dad, she'd call my brother, and we're all trying to figure out who she really wants. And I'd be like, Mom, why is you calling everybody? Can you tell me who you want? She said, you know what? She said, you keep on living. She said, if you live long enough, yeah, it'll happen. You know what, Lily? That's why I can't stand you right now. But it's okay. Ah, you got jokes. That's cool. I'll take that from you. Oh man. Mm-mm-mm. You funny. But it's cool. You got me again too. Yeah, but I'm just enjoying life. You know, I like I said, I wasn't going to come on. That's probably why I don't have a topic. So I figured that was my topic, just talking. Yeah, my mother used to tell me just keep on living. You live long enough and it'll happen. And that's what I'm telling you right now, smarty pants. You live long enough, it'll happen. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And then you'll be sitting somewhere saying, hey, Uncle David said this was gonna happen to me. So you just keep on and laugh all you want. Because I used to laugh at my mother. I thought it was funny. So one day I called all my kids because I couldn't remember which one I wanted. And I couldn't do nothing but laugh. All I could do, and I had to laugh at myself because I heard my mother, just calling us and saying, "You live long enough, and it'll happen." And sure enough, it did. So just keep on living. My daddy used to say, "You live as long as you can and die when you can't help it." Yes, all of them. I would call them, and then I had to laugh. I saw it. I saw it happen with my very own eyes and ears. Shout out to the 9 people in the room. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. I'll love y'all forever and a day. Yeah, I think once I'm done, I'm gonna go ahead and work on some more videos and go see what Auntie doing. She's working with her. She's starting to really, and she's getting good at it, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. She's making cups and masks, and she's learning how to do the t-shirt thing. So yeah, she's getting good at it. So I'm gonna go out there and check on her in about 10 minutes and make sure she all right. Then I'm gonna sit back in here and try to, make some more videos. Cause starting Monday is when I will start to my new venture with the morning motivations. So they'll be on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, and try to figure out how to get them in your local theaters. No, I'm just kidding. At least right now, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so I just hope you all enjoy them, and that the messages come through, and that you will give me your honest opinion and let me know, what I need to, if there's anything I can do to improve, or if you got any ideas. I'm always open to suggestions. If you have any suggestions, you can just hit me up on Instagram. Drop the link just a second here. Yeah, that's my Instagram link. Please follow me on Instagram if you don't already. And like I said, if you have any suggestions or ideas, or, you know, let me know. Thank you, Lily. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hold on, y'all. Auntie's yelling something. Hey, Lily, Auntie said, can you see her commenting? I guess you got to wait for the word to travel through the bushes. Okay. She said now she does. You do the same, Rachel. Thank you so much for coming through. I'll be here. I'm here every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 7 AIFG. Good evening. How you doing? Yes, Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, There's Love and Slow Jams Fridays at 8 with Unc the DJ, where I play some old school slow jams, just something to wind down, usually from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, because any music past the 90s is generally horrible. I don't mean to, step on no toes, but music in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s was it was the ish. This stuff that they playing now, I don't know. No, they don't have bands, they don't use instruments, they just got beatboxes and um, all that stuff, just machines that make noise. So I'm used to, music, like music. So I like to call it grown folk music. Like I said, this stuff now, I don't know. You can't understand nothing. I mean, they just be talking, and they just every other in a lot of these, the bippity bop. I mean, they just be saying stuff, and I mean, just anything. Yes, and even back then, they said things, but it was like, you knew what they were saying. After I got older, there were some songs I didn't realize what they were saying until I got older and listened to it. I was like, oh, so that's what that is. There's a song with Minnie Riperton, "Come Inside My Love" or something like that. And I'm listening to the song and I'm like, is she really saying what I think she's saying? I'm like, no, not Minnie. She's not really saying it. It's gotta be a different meaning to the song. But I don't know. I kind of think that that's really what she was saying. But now the songs now, they just come right out and say it, and they use the words, and I'm like, I mean, there's just, I don't know. I guess, every like the kids now, they're like, the music we listen to is crazy. You know, y'all like even my youngest son, he told me, he's like, Dad, you know what I realized? Uh-oh. He said, I'll get to her in a minute. But he said, you know what I realized? That the music y'all used to listen to was the bomb. Of course it was, bruh. And he should know that because he grew up listening to it. But the kids, they have to go through their little thing. Well, well, well. It is the Keto Girl and more. Hey, Keto. How you doing, hon? Yes, y'all. For those who don't know, she used to be the Keto Girl. Now she is the Keto Girl, not the Keto Girl, but the Keto Girl and more. That's love you, Keto. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, but I would really like to thank each and every one of you all for coming through. We got about 2 more minutes. It's been great, you know, just sharing little stories, and I really enjoy talking to you all, and I appreciate each and every one of you all for coming through. Well, I thank you, Keto. I appreciate it. You be safe out there, honey. And if you're walking across the street, make sure you look both ways. And if you're driving, watch out for the other guy. That's what they used to tell us. Watch out for the other guy. because everybody can't drive. And thank you so much, Positive Pusher. Thank you, Keto, More East, Mr. Rail. What up, doe? Aunt Maddie, my homie, Life with Lily, AIFG, Jess was in here. I appreciate it. I thank each and every one of y'all for coming through. Hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening. I will see you all on Thursday evening at 7 o'clock. Not sure what the topic will be, but I will let you know when I create this channel here and put up the thumbnail. So thank you all for coming through. I love you. I appreciate you. And remember to be happy on purpose and know that I believe in you, believe in you too. With that, good night.